नमस्ते मित्रों, चैनल वी आर आर्टिस्ट में आपका सभी का स्वागत है। आज के इस एक संवाद के एपिसोड में हम बात करेंगे एक ऐसे कलाकार से जो अपनी कलाकृति द्वारा अपने खुद की एक संशोधन पे लगी है, ऐसा लगता है। जैसे कि वो she's trying to find pose some questions, she's trying to find some answers, she's trying to find some answers to her questions. कुछ मिस्ट्री, कुछ समथिंग, the abstract experiences of life, ऐसे कुछ थीम कॉन्सेप्ट्स पे काम करते हैं वेरी इंटरेस्टिंगली। एंड आज उनसे बात करेंगे, जानेंगे उनकी सोच, उनकी थॉट प्रोसेस, वो क्या कहना चाहती है, क्या बोलना चाहती है। एंड द आर्टिस्ट इज हीना भट्ट from Pune. She's a Pune-based artist, and let's talk to her. A warm welcome, Hina Bhatt. Channel We Are Artist में आपका स्वागत है.
Thank you, VR. Thank you for calling me on your show.
You have, as an artist, now you have in the field of art, you have two different ways. One, you are an artist by yourself. And second one, you are an artist, art promoter, art collector as well. Now, in today's session, I would like to speak to the artist, Hina.
Sure.
Okay. Because in all this time, पिछले 2-3 साल से जिस तरीके से art interaction हुई है, तो I have always found lot of interesting, intriguing aspects about your art exploration. So so now when I see your art, when I look at your paintings, you work in 3 different concepts, 3 different series. Like one, you have your conceptual art, second one, you have your roots and bonds, and third one is you have your Ruturat series.
Yeah.
Though they appear to be like alag subjects, but still I'm sure the basic exploration must be the same. But however, हम सब ये जानना चाहते हैं कि आपकी थीम क्या है, आपकी कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है, आपकी सोच क्या है.
Basically, I'm a person who is very much inspired by nature, and I think I have a very high level of nature connect. And also because of being थोड़ी philosophical bent of mind है, इसलिए I try to connect nature with all the spiritual philosophies, and I think nature has immense way of teaching you all the basic things which any religion or any philosophy can teach you. And so we don't really need religious books, I feel, if you are very closely connected to nature. तो मेरा वो connection, I'm always exploring that connection.
इस बात से I can connect because early morning, सुबह 6 बजे जब वो सनराइज का फोटो निकाल के आप पोस्ट करती है डेली, तो तो I always like लगता है कि हाँ, अच्छा आ गया, अपना कनेक्शन जोड़ गया इन्होंने नेचर के साथ, तो लग जाता है. But that's awesome. It's like I'll come one by one with the series. I think can you say like which series you started first, or everything like was going side by side?
Like there were few basic things which have always attracted me. वो है, I mean, I think the concept of light has always attracted me, and somewhere across my series, like even my earlier works also, I have focused on light. And so whether it is inner light or whether it is light which you experience in nature, or like whether I'm doing trees, yeah, reflections, whatever, I'm trying to catch the element of light across everything. The presence of light, I think, has been a common feature everywhere.
Yeah, I think I'll begin first with the conceptual work. You know, you have done a lot of work with that black acrylic and pen work, basically.
Yeah.
You know, such skillful, such minutely, बहुत patience. I don't know whether you have a lot of patience और बहुत ही restless हो, पता नहीं, because pen work मैं भी करता हूँ इसमें, and I am very restless, and maybe that pen drawing holds me. It's like, so anyway, coming back like उसमें, in that conceptual work मैंने observe किया कि you try to visualize the unseen, see the unseen. सपोज कोई श्लोक है या कोई कोई तत्व है, उस तत्व को जो इट कैन बी साहित्य में हो, शास्त्रों में हो, या सम कोई वर्स में लिखा हो, या कोई इसमें उसको विजुअल में बहुत खूबसूरत तरीके से कन्वर्ट होके आता है. So I would like you to explain me or tell me that aspect, like कैसा एक concept, एक conceptual जो जहाँ पे, and ज्यादातर से आध्यात्मिक है, वो philosophical है. It is spiritual and philosophical. So tell me something about that.
See, the pen work of mine, which you have seen, is a recent work. I have been doing conceptual work way beyond, like those were in acrylic, and I mean, way back in 2005, 2006, तब से मैं conceptual work कर रही हूँ. So, but the medium was different. Pen work I started much later. But being inspired from scriptures and from nature, and that has been with me even much earlier on. So I think before I had my kids, I had too much of time with me. So I have studied and explored a lot about Hinduism, and studied some religious texts, couple of Upanishads also, and other books. So the whole idea was to understand what the philosophy is, what the spiritual part of it is trying to convey to us. Like, so those concepts have stayed with me. And in a way, like I had done one entire series on yoga, the different stages of yoga. So all that was in acrylic. Whereas afterwards, when I did my pen work, again, I explored some concepts of Gita or some other spiritual concepts. Like, suppose if it is Shiva, the concept of Shiva, I wouldn't want to represent Shiva as it is, but what he stands for, what he symbolizes. So that's why I think you probably find it little different from the, I always try to convey the concept in a visual way. And I mean, as per my understanding of the religious concepts and whatever I understood from our scriptures.
The reason why I ask you is, I always find this theme-based or concept-based works very challenging and intriguing, and especially our country, हमारे संस्कृति आध्यात्मिक विरासत जो है उसमें इतनी खजाने भरे हैं that आर्ट के लिए सब्जेक्ट ही सब्जेक्ट भरे पड़े उसमें.
True, I agree.
So
and I think if you are into reading also and being an artist, you always tend to visualize whatever you're reading in images. I think ये एक स्वाभाविक आदत है हर आर्टिस्ट की, to think in pictures. So even when I'm reading anything from any of the spiritual or religious texts, I'm trying to visualize it. So I suppose this is just an extension. Painting is just an extension of that.
From this, but one interesting part of this thing is like, most of your conceptual work are in black and white.
The recent ones, yes.
Yeah, and they're very strong. As a, they stand out like as a. And but from there, you came down to your next series, Roots and Bonds. Now, the conceptual work was totally something which was very philosophical, spiritual, transforming one concept into a visual language. That exercise is completely different. But when I see your Roots and Bonds, now this aspect is all your the emotional area, but on a materialistic or a social life. That is on a spiritual what do you say, you can see it's on a spiritual plane, whereas this is on an emotional or a social or a materialistic life plane. How do you switch? How do you this thing?
I think we never live in one plane ourselves, correct? We have our inner world and our inner way of processing our thoughts and everything, spirituality ho ya koi bhi cheez ho. But at the same time, we are interacting with people. We are interacting with our surroundings, everything. So, वो physical plane cannot be avoided. हम एक मेंटल जोन में भी रहते हैं, साथ में एक फिजिकल प्लेन में भी इंटरेक्शन तो हो ही रहा है ना हर किसी के साथ. So I think Roots and Bonds somewhere is more about connections in the physical plane.
And but one क्या बोलते हैं उसमें, a curious question always. You are in you live in Pune. Now Mumbai Pune belt agar dekha jaye, it is very renowned or famous for this watercolor landscapes, portraits, figurative. That Bombay School of Art की जो एक परंपरा है वहां पे. And when I see your work, it's from a different school of thought process or a different school of, it's not into that. So how is that influence नहीं हुआ? कभी उसमें लगा कि यार watercolor landscape करते हैं, यहाँ पे portrait करते हैं, and इसको of course I mean
I have
exercise practice involving sessions वो अलग है, but in your serious body of work में वो नहीं दिखाई देता है.
I like normally people go from realistic work to abstract art. In my case, I think I have done the cycle from abstraction to realistic, again going to abstraction. It's been like that. Like when I was in Mumbai, I used to live in Mumbai earlier. तब मेरे सब works abstract ही थे. And moving to Pune did have an influence on me, and I also went into watercolors and figurative and everything. But I think that was a good experience for me because when I started going out in nature, मेरा जो natural inclination था वो और भी enhance हो गया. I got opportunity to interact directly with nature. मैं भले realistic काम कर रही थी, but somewhere it was playing on my mind. It had its effect on my mind. And having moved to Pune, I think the places which I visited and Pune, I have seen a lot of these banyan trees and people trees, and I was awed by those trees. So I think it did have an influence in it. It shows the influence in my work. Roots and Bonds में जो भी वो trees वगैरह भी दिख रहे हैं is an influence of that.
And उसमें कुछ there are some patches, कुछ रस्सी है, कुछ ropes है, कुछ बंद रहे, कुछ खींचातानी है. My curious question would be like, see, there is one category of artist जो देखते हैं उसे represent करते हैं. There is one category of artists जो very realistic होके या semi realistic होके, but फिर भी एक जो direct face value पे समझ आए viewer को, ऐसा करता है. But in your body of work ऐसा महसूस होता है कि either you're searching for something or you have your inner question which you're posing it to the viewer, saying that bloody take this question. Or you have you yourself, you're trying to find an answer to some question, or you're trying to unanswered questions को कहीं पे represent करें. क्या कर रहे हो, क्या बोलना चाहते हो, क्या करना चाहते हो?
If you talk from the point of the series of Roots and Bonds, I'm not posing any questions. I am actually sharing my experience of various relationships and how I see them working. तो मेरे जो हर एक रूट्स एंड बॉन्ड्स के हर एक पेंटिंग में मैंने एक एक रिलेशनशिप को दिमाग में रख के किया हुआ है. So it is not it's my interaction with somebody which I have portrayed there. It's my interaction and how it has opened up, or how it has been left off. Everything is portrayed. मेरे लिए वो एकदम subjective expression है. There's no analysis. I'm not questioning anybody. I'm not throwing any questions at anybody. I'm just expressing myself.
So can we say that your body of work is just a visual diary? Instead of writing, you're simply painting?
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe someday someone will decode it.
Yeah, somebody should take that interest, and definitely.
Now, both these concepts, very serious. Something jo mind, it's quite yogic. Your body, your mind, your soul, all these three, they synchronize, and it's a serious thing happening. But when I see Rutraj painting of yours, now it will throw altogether to another level itself. Very playful. It's like it has the mischievousness of a child. It has the playfulness of a youth. It has the wisdom of a mature person. At the same time, it has the spiritual aspect of that nature, of this entire universe, this cosmic thing. यहां से लेकर यहां पे बाउंस होना, नाउ ये क्या स्टोरी है, इसकी क्या जरूरत हुई? You want, did you now do you think or नहीं, आप बोलिए, thereafter I think so I will tell that.
I don't think I have bounced from this to that after a period. I was doing that simultaneously. My Roots and Bonds series started in 2020 and Ruturaj started in 2021. And I've been working on both the series parallelly. Ruturaj is something where I do very spontaneously. I have no plans in mind. It's like detoxing myself, I would say. मैं सिर्फ एक canvas लगा देती हूँ. I remove paints of my choice on that particular day. और मैं सिर्फ colors के साथ खेलती हूँ. Whatever comes out or spontaneously with my interaction with the canvas. It's not something which is previously conceived or nothing planned. वो एक spontaneous interaction है. Whereas that very same day in the evening, I would again sit with my Roots and Bonds series, meticulously trying to do my dots and dashes. So it's not bouncing from here to there. I think I'm full of energy on a particular day, and मैं मेरी energy पूरी ऋतुराज में निकाल देती हूँ, and then मैं काम होके मैं Roots and Bonds करती हूँ.
The reason why I asked is like the Roots and Bonds conceptual work, something which is very quiet, silent, subtle, something going in a very, and this is like dhamal.
Yeah, I mean, you can
Now,
call it Dhamal.
so these are two extreme things, अभी simultaneously भी कर रहे हो, but फिर भी like switching like suddenly. And as I described it, now एक canvas में to bring the mischievousness of a child, एक जवानी की मस्ती, एक बुजुर्ग की wisdom, and एक cosmic की एक आध्यात्म. I definitely know or understand that while painting artist कोई ऐसा सोचता नहीं है.
Yeah, correct, absolutely.
Because वो उस वक्त जो होता है हो गया उसमें. But पीछे बैठ के कभी देखते हो इसमें, when you keep your three works ऐसा, how do you respond? How do you interact? Don't you think the statements or the experiences or the expressions कभी are they synchronizing, not synchronizing? How do you feel that? अगर तीनों को सामने रख के देखना हो तो क्या करो बाद में, once you have done it,
Generally, to tell you the truth, I never keep these paintings together. Because एक oils है और एक white canvas है जो मैं बहुत carefully protect करती हूँ कि वो stain ना हो जाए. So number one, they are never together. But at the same time, as I told you before, कि I am just in the process, in the moment when I'm doing Ruturaj. मैं colors के साथ खेल लेती हूँ. Simple. वो आ जाता है at that point of time, but as you may probably analyze it that way, but I don't. I also have failures in that work also. ऐसा नहीं है कि हर काम अच्छे होते हैं. So it's like, but वो एक energy release है मेरे लिए.
And the other two are energy, what, receiving?
No, I'm not saying energy receiving, but those are done with a very patient frame of mind, whereas this is like, मैं निकाल देती हूँ अपनी पूरी energy उस पे canvas पे निकाल देती हूँ.
एक बहुत what do you say, one aspect which I appreciate a lot is that you have that honest expressions to put it on the canvas. ये inhibitions को तोड़ के अपने expressions को डालने में, were you successful on day one or did it take a process?
No, I think it is always a process. Like, in the sense,
Because the reason why I asked is this: I have seen your the पहले का light series का जो abstract किया था, I have seen those work. वहाँ पे where you have ध्यान से काम किया है, मतलब इसमें. बट मुझे जैसे 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 मैंने काम को देखा उसको अलग सीरीज के, I could see that as you're traveling the canvas or the body of work, that the change as a person and as a personality, the old thoughts either transformed, broke, or did they grow? Because वो expressions में ईमानदारी and हिम्मत दोनों को दिखाना है ना, वो काफी inhibitions को तोड़ना पड़ता है. Conceptual work,
I
especially
think it was a conscious effort. It was never a conscious effort, but I think transformation is natural. वो होता ही है as you work and as you do it. And I think my initial years, I was little conscious of what output I give. I think by the time I came to Ruturaj and all that, I was willing to fail. I was not afraid of failing.
Yeah, please, 1 second. Your audio video is getting frozen. I lost your audio.
Mm-hmm.
Your audio video is
Okay.
getting frozen. There is no audio.
Even now?
Yes. Now it's
Is it fine?
okay. Now I can see. Yeah. No.
Yeah, so I was telling you that
Oh, there is a
in my
lag. No, no, there is a lag. Yes, there is a lag. Your voice and the lip
so you want to cut again?
movements are not synchronizing. Yeah, now it's better.
Yeah, I
Can
think
you just say something? Okay, now it's better. No worries. I did those things.
yeah, so what I was telling was in my initial years, I was conscious of what is the output of my artwork, like what it is going to come. But I think as I progressed and I came towards Ruturaj, I was willing to fail. I was open to not doing a good work. And I think expressing, and I think the painting just mattered rather than कि वो painting अच्छा हुआ, बुरा हुआ, सही हुआ, नहीं हुआ, whatever. It's, I think I have left so many works ऐसे ही क्योंकि मुझे वो नहीं अच्छे लगे at some point of time. But then at that point of time, that is what I could do. And so in that frame of mind, or उस दिन अच्छा mood है या बुरा mood है, whatever, I don't know. But that is what I could do, so I did that. So so I was willing to fail, have a failed painting. तो वो मेरा डर निकल गया, I think, you know. इसलिए मैं बिंदास अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस कर रही हूँ. मेरे कोई टारगेट्स नहीं है, मुझे किसी को प्लीज नहीं करना है, और अच्छे हो जाते तो इवन आई एम हैप्पी, बट इट्स ओके, आई एम विलिंग टू फेल.
Excellent, interesting. Now we have your 3 series: the conceptual one, Roots and Bonds, and you have a Ruturaj series. All paintings. Now there is a 4th aspect, or the 4th this thing, that's your photography. Now ये एक बहुत interesting चीज है यार इसमें, something like, you know, because I've heard you telling that you have thousands of images, and right from the अभी मोबाइल डिजिटल का नहीं है, वो कैमरा रोल के टाइम का वहां से शुरू होती है इसमें. And that was one of your passion, which
Can I interrupt?
Yes,
it's not thousands, it's in lakhs.
Lakhs. So it's like, and especially on the social media, when you have that specific page, a particular page for that, where you keep uploading. But one thing I definitely should tell you, that you have that eye. Photography is about eye. Your eye, you should have an eye for that subject. बहुत सामान्य चीज लगता होगा, but only someone who has that photographic eye or sight can see that simple common subject. वरना उसी subject को हजारों लोग देखते रहते हैं, नजर में नहीं आती है. It's like, you know, दिखता सबको है, लेकिन नजर में कितनी आती है वो सिर्फ फोटोग्राफर्स को आता है. So that one thing is definitely I should tell you. Now, यहाँ पे I have 2 questions. One, when you already, of course, it's a visual medium only, painting, photography bhi as mein. In your paintings also, you mentioned that you like to capture the experience of that moment or that particular hour or particular day. So I assume that, and I believe that in photography also you like to capture those moments which are in seconds.
Yeah, I think I've discussed this with you when we've had one-on-one talks earlier. But it's like, you know, छोटी छोटी चीजों में खुशियां ढूंढ लेना. That's my personality. Like, so if something pleases me, something catches my attention, I like to capture it. तो वो जब हम आउटडोर्स पेंट करते हैं तो इट इज एक्चुअली नॉट अ मोमेंट विच वी आर कैप्चरिंग. इट इज, हम जब पेंट करते हैं वो घंटा भर तो लग ही जाता है. देयर इज लॉट ऑफ चेंजेस दैट हैज हैपेंड इन दैट 1 hour. फिर वो हम प्रेजेंट करते हैं एज वन मोमेंट. a particular moment is different, but when it is photography, you have captured the right light which caught your attention first of all, or some gesture or some person in action, or those are so fleeting moments. So if at that particular point of time it has attracted me, it has caught my attention, it's good enough to be captured, and so I just capture it, as simple as that.
So look at these things. When I analyze your body of work, conceptual work, roots and bonds, times taking, thought process, tedious. You will sit days and days. ऋतुराज आया, नाच दिया, कलर्स danced, हो गया पटके में. It may take somewhere between hour, 2 hours to 4 hours to half a day. But when it comes to photography, it's like fraction of a second. I take this, I take this, I take this. So look at the time frame.
Yeah.
So it means your expressions can go from one time length to suddenly one period, one this thing, and then to a moment. Like, you see these three, the tractions of this time moment. Like, yeah. So now this is not possible for everyone. How is that? Why no, my question is, why do you think, or how do you play? Why do you think you need to switch, or you can switch? Maybe it happens unconsciously. And how is that experience? How do you feel like time's taking, फिर थोड़ा time and momentary में क्या kick मिलता है?
नहीं, it's that constant awareness at that point of time कि वरना we can be lost doing things also and not knowing what we are doing. Okay, वो you are alert to your surrounding, that enables you to capture those moments. Varna, as you said, so many people pass by the same places, they just don't notice it. It is just being aware of your surroundings, as simple as that. And at the same time, when it comes to Ruturaj, as I told you, like वो एक spontaneous interaction है. That's my zone where I feel uninhibited. मैं कुछ भी कर लूँ. I am not answerable to anybody. I don't want to please anybody. मुझे सिर्फ अपना करना है, जो भी करना है. I'm not even answerable to myself, and I'm not even going to try to please myself. मैं वो moment में एक्सप्रेस कर देती हूँ, मैं खेल लेती हूँ कलर्स के साथ. वो जो भी एक्सप्रेशन, वो आउटकम निकले, विल बी मेरे अंदर से जो भी निकले वो. इट्स नॉट तो वो टारगेट ही नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट अ वेरी स्पॉन्टेनियस इंटरेक्शन.
Now the reason why I asked you is this, or just to elaborate this question is, फोटोग्राफी किसी सब्जेक्ट को या किसी एक मोमेंट को कैप्चर करता है, उससे बंधक बनाता है, उसे अरेस्ट करता है, लेकिन पेंटिंग उसी सब्जेक्ट को आजाद कर देता है, फ्री करता है. ओके, नाउ पेंटिंग में you are your energy is flowing from within to outside, internal to outside, but in photography में पूरा एक्सटर्नल है. यू आर सिंपली कैप्चरिंग इट, यू आर जस्ट विटनेस देयर, और कुछ नहीं हो रहा है उसमें. नाउ हाउ डू यू फील दिस, हाउ डू यू गेट दिस एक्सपीरियंस, कैसा लगता है?
See, You are saying art of photography is arresting a moment. To some extent, it is fine. You're capturing that moment. But it's not tying it down. वो moments are going to pass. हम उसमें से क्या capture
और you
कर
can say
पा
like
रहा है?
freeze करता है, arrest से ज्यादा freeze करता है.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
So we have just managed to capture one fleeting moment, but the moments are all free. They're all moving. It's things are still happening. They continue to happen. हमने अपने कैमरा से सिर्फ एक मोमेंट को ही उसमें से चुरा लिया. That's it. Whereas, if you think that art frees you, I mean, वो हमने अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस कर लिया, अपने आप को फ्री किया ऑन अ कैनवस, या वो एक्सप्रेशन ही फ्री है. आई वुडंट डिफाइन दैट.
The another important part, what I'm sorry, you were saying something?
No.
Okay.
Carry on.
So it means कोई भी एक सामान्य चीज, सामान्य संदर्भ या सामान्य एपिसोड को उसको कैप्चर करके उसकी एस्थेटिक्स को लेना, that is one that's something a unique skill that you have. It's like, I mean, most of the photographers have this, but now one एक बहुत अच्छी चीज या एक स्पेशल चीज मुझे जो दिखाई देती है इसमें in your photography is it has a nice emotional touch. You know, usually photographic are very intelligent. अच्छे फोटोग्राफर जो क्रिएटिव होते हैं वो बहुत इंटेलिजेंट दिखते हैं, बट योर फोटोग्राफ जो क्लिक करते हैं उसमें इंटेलिजेंट से भी ज्यादा मुझे वो मासूमियत दिखती है, उसकी एक इमोशनल कंटेंट दिखती है मेरे को. फॉर एग्जांपल रोड्स हो, दरवाजे हो, खिड़की हो, यू आर गोइंग ऑन द रोड्स, कहीं पे जा रहे हो, कोई जा रहा है आ रहा है, यू नो, इट्स लाइक एक गाय जा रहा है, कुत्ता जा रहा है, कोई भी एक सामान्य चीज को लेके यू हैव दैट सेंसिटिविटी एंड दैट एक इमोशनल क्वोशंट. So when anyone views your photographs or image, उसको इंटेलिजेंट से भी ज्यादा उसमें एक इमोशनल कनेक्ट दिखता है.
I'll tell you.
Do you choose your subjects like that way, or do you are you about the surroundings, whatever? How is that process? What is that process?
No, I'm not choosing any subjects. Subjects come to me and I capture them. I'm not. See, first of all, I use a basic mobile to capture my images. I have, DSLR and other gadgets. I have even learned how to operate them, but I still find, as you said, they need your intelligence, technical skills. You have to spend a lot of time getting the technicalities right and then capture. And I find a mobile very convenient that way. So most of my images which you see on my page and everything, or even uh, uh, like, it's all mobile photography, because I don't want to bother about too many technical details and things like that. I have some images are taken from cameras, but like there are few of them compared to the number of images I've captured on a mobile. So because of my gadget, I think मुझे वो intellectually capture करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती है. And having these advanced phones these days, they give you very superior result in photography. So I don't have to intelligently plan a photograph. No, I am capturing fleeting moments while even driving down somewhere, or when I'm walking someplace, and or when I'm traveling. I'm just capturing those moments. And for me, my mobile is the most convenient gadget. And so I'm not, as you said, it's not an intelligent process. Maybe that's why the emotional aspect of it, you see it. I don't even think that way. I'm just, मुझे कोई चीज, सिंपल चीज, मुझे एक मोमेंट, एक जेस्चर, कुछ भी पसंद आया, I respond to that, me liking that moment. Simple.
Excellent. इन चारों को अगर मैं सामने रखूं, and if I have to summarize, I get 3 words. One, they are emotionally intelligent.
Okay.
Second one, the concepts or themes that you do, they are quite nurturing. When I say nurturing, it's like food for thought. Ek soch, so it's very nurturing. And third, it's very graceful.
Thank you.
So ये 3 aspect जो दिखते हैं ना, तो this defines, or you can sum up like, you know, प्रकृति, the feminine energy जो है, उसकी मोटा मोटा तरीके अगर देखा जाए टॉप व्यू में, तो बाय एंड लार्ज ये 3 शब्दों में कहा जाता है.
Okay.
So yes, so when these concepts, when these themes are there, like, you know, तो बिना देखे ही कहा जा सकता है कि the person who's thinking or doing this is a woman.
Okay.
It's like, so that's another, क्या बोलते हैं उसमें, एक ईमानदारी एस्पेक्ट है उसमें. जब when you are expressing something, be what it is. You know, so it's like, I think so. आर्ट ऐसी होनी चाहिए. मतलब पर्सनली जब मुझे पूछा जाए तो मुझे ऐसा, ऑफ कोर्स जो दिखता है उसको करने के लिए है उसमें, बट बेसिकली मुझे व्हेन आई रीड द स्क्रिप्चर्स, मैं जब व्हेन आई रीड हमारे सांस्कृतिक और आध्यात्मिक देखता हूँ, इतने सब्जेक्ट्स देखता हूँ मैं, एंड मुझे लगता है कि ऐसा और भी कलाकार लोग इसको इस तरीके से करना चाहिए, दैट वेयर दे गो इन deep, where they dive deep and get the, you know, get the theme, get the concept of it, and then visually represent it. Time's taking है थोड़ा, but
like मेरी basic personality है कि मैं काफी सोचती रहती हूँ, which I suppose मेरे close friends है वो बोलते हैं कि you overthink. Okay, so I think when I'm doing my pen work, it is a time when I'm, वो क्या बोलते हैं, मनन, it's like you're chewing on a thought. मेरा हाथ चल रहा है, अपना काम कर रहा है, and my thoughts also working. Or at that point of time, either I'm listening to some talks or conversations or, you know, music, whatever. लेकिन वो simultaneous process रहता ही है. And I have this habit कि मैं काफी कुछ सोचती रहती हूँ. तो I suppose एक एक लाइन, एक एक सोच समेटता रहता है.
good. So by and large, I think by and large आपने अपने पूरे 4 अलग-अलग concepts, theme के अनुभूति, experience जो share किया. Is there anything that's left out? Something which you think like is one good aspect, strong aspect, or a unique aspect in your process or in your art making, something which you would like to share?
No, there's nothing as such. मुझे, as you put it right, emotional aspect, emotional quotient is very high. So, and I suppose artists are sensitive and people with a higher emotional quotient, and it's but natural that they would express it. So I think I'm one amongst many, nothing special.
Excellent. It was nice talking to you. I think I've taken a lot of time about it, but I would definitely invite you again once more to have another round of discussion with you regarding this conceptual art. because that is something मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि we have to interact और थोड़ा और deep में जाना चाहिए उसमें. Maybe that would be interesting. But for today's session, I think so. Thank you very much for sharing your views, opinions, experiences, and being with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So friends, this was Hina Bhatt. आपने सुना उनकी बातें, उनकी अनुभूति, उनकी experiences, उनके काम के बारे में. Do let us know what you think about this discussion. Like, share, comment, and subscribe channel We Are Artists. And thank you very much for being with us. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.